The conglomerate likes to take things from things that I say, things that I do, information about me, whether it's real information or false information. It likes to do stuff with all of that. And I would really rather that it not do that. With this, certainly with this particular situation, certainly with things directly from my class recordings, from these emails, please just leave these people alone. The only reason that I've put this stuff online is to defend myself, because I am in a situation now where I have to deal with a lot of people. School is a lot of people. There's a lot of people at school. Rumors can get around very quickly. The conglomerate has created a reputation for me that's absolutely horrible, that I have to deal with every day. And then I think, people can really just kind of get into a mindset that has them doing things that they maybe ordinarily wouldn't do, or bringing out parts of their personality that ordinarily wouldn't be triggered that way. And I would really appreciate it if you just kind of left those people alone. It's bad enough that I have to deal with the invasions of my privacy and all of that. But as I've said before, it is terrible. It's terrible what's happening to me. There is also another side of this, which is I've done so much work for such a long time on the things that are really important to me, and I get things right enough of the time that I am respected more than people realize. So there is that side of it that protects me in a number of ways from what would otherwise be just totally devastating effects of the other things that are happening to me, the invasions of my privacy, that kind of thing. And these people don't have that. They don't have that, and that's one of my major concerns, in terms of just interacting with people at all, is that I immediately bring all of this stuff with me. It's really hard for me. But even people who have given me a rough time for no reason, I don't think they really know what they're doing. I don't. It's certainly not very nice. Certainly causes me all kinds of problems. But at the same time, they're doing things that are based from their lack of understanding of the situation, lack of understanding of me, their lack of understanding of perhaps sometimes of the consequences to me, and I think also, I don't know, how am I gonna say this? A lack of understanding that I'm gonna realize what they're doing and I'm gonna do what I have to do to defend myself. I mean, I think most of the time, people who do these types of things think it's going to be really easy. They really think that they're just going to make whatever it is that they want to have happen to me happen. Or sometimes if they're not thinking about how it's going to affect me, they just kind of do these things that they shouldn't do. And they don't realize that then something happens to me, and I'm going to do the things that I have to do to make sure that I don't get hurt for no reason. And if they don't, if the people who aren't thinking about what they did, if the people who are not thinking about what the consequences are going to be to me, and maybe didn't mean to hurt me that much or whatever it is, are surprised by the steps that I take to try to protect myself, it doesn't, maybe they wouldn't have done it. I've been through this stuff before, right? I've been through people making false accusations. I've been through my being harassed and then having it turn back around on me. And that's why I do things like make recordings, ask permission. Can I make this recording? Because I know that I'm going to need an objective record, because I know that someone who is being very, very aggressive is going to lie. Someone who's being aggressive, someone who's showing no empathy, says they're going to lie. They're going to say I'm crazy. They're going to laugh in my face. They're going to say stuff about me. I was a little shocked by how bad the things were that people were saying about me. But these are also the really, really bad things that were said about me were said by people who were, I think, really pretty young. I think of traditional college age, really perhaps not even understanding what the consequences were going to be to me in terms of what I was going to have to deal with, not knowing that I get it. I get it about you. I get it. I know what you're doing. I'm not just going to let you, ruin my life because you think it's funny. So yeah, there's no reason to make a big deal out of this. It's bad enough already. It got bad enough already that I would, if the conglomerate, it'd be great if the conglomerate would stop, making a big deal about everything in my life. That would be nice, because contrary to what I think a number of people think, I really hate getting this much attention. I don't like it. I'd really like to be able to just kind of not have to deal with it anymore. But in terms of this situation, when it's actually, a pretty sensitive situation, it would really be nice if you would just leave it alone. That I would so appreciate that. For me, for those people, people make mistakes. Sometimes they're pretty bad mistakes. There'll be some sort of crisis for me to deal with tomorrow. If you must talk about something, please, talk about that and not these people, because I really did not want to have to do this. I did not want to have to put all this information online. I didn't want to have to do that, but I felt like I had to, to protect myself. I really did. I did. This time, yeah, I did.